Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of De-aesohsta Nation. A channel is dedicated to helping you discover new songs, artists, and groups to love. Whether you just got to K-pop today or for the past 20 years, we'll help you discover something new to love. I'm Jihoon and I'll be one of your hosts for today. Well, we got our other host, Nick. Say hi, man.
Hello.
Alright, so it's going to be a fairly fast-paced episode because we're going to try and squeeze in a lot of things. We mentioned a few episodes back that July is going to be really hot as far as releases, and it's been living up to the hype for myself so far. How about you, Nick?
Oh, it's definitely lived up to the hype so far.
Yeah, in fact, I'm pretty sure you were pretty hyped up with the first topic piece we want to talk about. Why don't you go ahead and bring that in?
Oh, absolutely. Our first topic today is GFRIEND's Fever. And I am ecstatic to talk about this topic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You always want to go ahead and start it off then?
Sure. So, a lot of you guys might know, but or might not know, but if you're just joining us, but one of my top 5 groups is GFRIEND, and honestly, this comeback was something kind of unexpected from them.
Oh yes.
Knowing their concept.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was super happy with it, because I wasn't tired of the old GFRIEND style because they're kind of have that market cornered pretty harsh. But I was definitely liking the new, slightly more mature concept. And I think I've talked about this a few times, but it happens as groups get older, right? You have to move to a more mature concept because you don't have that image anymore.
Yes. In fact, that was going to be one of the things I was going to bring up, because just like how we saw with Twice and Fancy back in April, then moving on to that more mature concept, not quite girl crush. Here we see, GFRIEND. They've done that pretty pure concept for pretty much, because they debuted around the same time as Twice, 2014, right? Or 2015.
Correct, same year.
So they debuted around the same time, and now it's about that time that they began making that transition. Now, we've kind of seen this teased from GFRIEND from their concert. So I got their 2018 GFRIEND concert Blu-ray, and in it they did a girl crush performance, and I thought they nailed it. So
right,
they've got the visuals to really pair up with it. They're not super cutesy, too pretty or anything like that. I mean, I think I don't think they faltered at all with this. I think they nailed it pretty well.
Yeah.
And the vocals too, so the vocals, they did a very good job maintaining their GFRIEND flavor with the vocals, right? It wasn't unrecognizable.
Oh yeah, it still felt like GFRIEND.
So, as I first saw the intro to the music video, and mind you, I'm talking about the original music video that came out, and not the choreography version that came out 3 days ago. We saw it still had a certain characteristic, to GFRIEND that we were used to, right? With the way it intro before the music even started really playing and before they started performing. And as it started, as the actual song started, I found myself whoa, what's this? Intrigued and then loving it. So, oh man, what about the music that you loved about it?
Well, it felt new. It felt like something I haven't seen before, but also I loved the so GFRIEND has always been known for putting their strongest vocalists forward, right?
Yes.
And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Of course, every group does it, but Yuju has always been put forward because her voice is unique. It's got that very heavy tone to it, and it fit, and it was kind of a nice contrast to the song. But I noticed a lot more in this. The distribution was very different. The distribution heavily favored other people like Eunha.
Oh yes, yeah. It felt like a bit more balanced, actually.
It definitely did. It definitely felt a bit more balanced. And upon looking at the actual distribution, it was definitely a lot more balanced. And I mean, I like you were talked about. I knew this kind of concept was coming on because Eunji is she's actually the same age I am.
Okay.
So she's 21 international age, and so it was bound to happen, right? They're all getting older, and especially when you compare it to groups that are debuting today, like I don't know, Everglow for example. where virtually none of them are in the 90s anymore. You know, they definitely needed to move on to a different concept because they were kind of losing that, like they were getting a bit too old for that kind of a concept.
And so do you think they'll stick with this, or they'll we're gonna see kind of a back and forth?
I hope they stick with this. I really enjoyed this type of concept that they're going for now. I also really like, I mean, okay, so the music in general, the actual music, aside from the roller coaster of a tempo that we had, because it slowed down, sped up a lot, but which is actually I really liked it, but I'll get to that in a second. So the music aside from the tempo was, if you just look at the music and not add vocals into it, it's a pretty general tropical house song.
Yes.
It's, I mean, the literal it's got the literal synth from a standard tropical house song in the chorus. But I think, well, a lot of what they did right here is with the group they did it with. But also, I think a lot of it was just their vocals that added on to it, the distribution, a bunch of other things that factored into it that made that song not sound so standard tropical house.
Right. So, one thing I wanted to get out of the way, I forgot to mention this earlier into this topic piece. Lately, I think I'm pretty much over my burnout with Girl Crush, and like I'm actually able to, like, you know, not just like sit down and listen to Girl Crush songs or you know, Crush E type songs, but also even like seek them out. Or sometimes if I just sit down and I'll just, you know, put up the song. So I think that is also another thing that really helped me be more receptive to this comeback, because if this came out I don't know, a month and a half ago, I don't think I would have received it as well. So
right. I mean, I'm definitely of myself still not. I'm still burnt out. Okay. I still like if I hear a Girl Crush song came out like CLC's Me, for example, I can look past the fact that it's Girl Crush at this point, because CLC is a group that's had Girl Crush since debut.
Right.
But like, I'm still like, Girl Crush, you know. And so I mean, as far as that goes, yeah, it's not exactly like my favorite like concept, but I can look past it because it's not as bad as it used to be.
Yeah, we're not being.
I mean, if you look back to like November, December of 2018, it was too much. Everything was Girl Crush.
Well, it was going all the way up into like February and March.
It was, yeah.
So, yeah, no. So, I really don't have too much more to say with Fever, other than I think they nailed it, and I think they get. I would like to see a little bit. Oh, good.
I don't know if you noticed it, but there is one dance move that is showcased in the actual MV that looks so awkward. Okay, it's one move when it's when Yeren is on screen, and she has like both her arms stretched out at like 45-degree angle.
Okay.
But they're like 180 from each other, and it's just such an awkward move. I don't know why that got through. It just doesn't look right, and they're like pacing in place.
So
now
that we're on the subject of choreography, I just watched the choreography version of the music video, and there's just one pet peeve of mine that I just kept seeing and got to distracted me. So I have to watch it again because I only watched it once, but it's when the person in the back of the formation is obscured by the person in the very front center.
Yeah, welcome to 6-member groups.
I hate that. And so, you know, it's, I don't know, like, I like being able to see all members, right? And especially from the front aspect. Even if someone's in the back, I feel like you should still see them. I don't know. It's a super nitpicky pet peeve of mine. So,
man, you must really dislike 17's music videos then.
There's probably a reason why I don't remember them. But I mean, like Girls' Generation was really bad about that too. So
when you have, I mean, when you have a lot of members like that, it's bound to happen.
yeah, but I mean,
Eyes One does it all the time too.
I mean, I can forgive if it's just for like a couple moments, but when you're talking about for an entire dance phrase, I really don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, that's just me being nitpicky. You can roll your eyes at me. Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure they are.
Yeah. So, that being said, let's see. Are we ready to move on, or you still got something else you want to tack on about GFRIEND?
I'm ready to move on.
Okay, so this is an artist that I just recently discovered. Apparently, she's been in business for a couple years now, at least from as far back as 2017. I haven't checked out the rest of her stuff, but it's Arran, and her music video is Puzzle, and very, very summery vibe to it. It is definitely a summer music video, and the song itself, man, I really like it. And from the very beginning, from the very opening to the very end, it kept me glued. It really caught my attention all the way through. I don't know. What do you think, Nick? I know you said you weren't too impressed.
So I find it interesting because we're very different on that front. So while it kept you interested a lot of the time, it was very much idle music to me. Like, not idle as in an idol, but idle as in I could be doing something, have that playing in the background, and it would make my time much more enjoyable. But also, like, I could listen to it on repeat, and I probably wouldn't get tired of it.
Okay,
there's not very many songs like that. In that regard, I liked it, right? But I found myself like going off and doing other things while listening to the song instead of actually like focusing on the song.
So what kept the song engaging for me was her vocals, and the way, especially with the synth, as the synth music was playing, it really accommodated each other very well. So I know you really love Taeyeon's voice, but to me, I really didn't like the way her for Taeyeon's voice, her vocals blended too much into the musical accompaniment. Whereas with Puzzle, Aran's voice, it was very distinct, but at the same time, it wasn't overpowering the musical accompaniment, nor was the musical accompaniment overpowering her vocals. They both very distinctly stood out to me and accompanied each other very well, especially with the way she would ride that progressive high with the synths, and then coming back down. My goodness, again. So I think for anyone who's been listening to us for a while, that is definitely one of the things I focus on is vocal delivery and the way it interacts with the music. So for me, this song was definitely hitting all the right notes. Well, that's an awful pun, not intended. But and as far as the music video itself, it's pretty standard fare summer, right? She's going around chilling, having a good time. But it's not to say it's a bad music video, because we've seen some pretty awful music videos, like actual like video wise. I mean, there wasn't like any extraneous cuts, any like crazy zoom in shots where it was just like, what's going on?
Right.
It was a very well put together music video. So
I will say a lot of what contributed to I will say probably a lot of what contributed to that song being idol music for me is the fact that I can't watch the music video.
It's because of your colorblindness?
It is grossly uncolorblind friendly, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that could definitely
the reds hurt my eyes a lot.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
And and so there's a ton of red in it.
Yeah, even the overlay too.
It's unlucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's nothing against the music video. That's more against my eyes than anything else.
Yeah. Man.
Obviously, you can't make everyone happy.
Right.
And it's just kind of unfortunate that, with this... that's what makes me appreciate music videos like that are colorblind friendly a lot more, is because it's not that they intended to make it colorblind friendly, but it's how it turned out. No scene is ever perfectly colorblind friendly, but when I can actually watch the MV and like appreciate it, it's definitely a lot nicer.
Right. Yeah. So.
Right now
I'm scrolling
as far
through.
as that goes.
like I'm scrolling through the video itself, and yeah, I can definitely see that there's a definite kind of a pinkish hue overlaid over the entire music video.
Yeah.
So from start to finish for the most part. So, and again, that just kind of goes back into tying into the summer theme. So, Arran, we'll have the video embedded as always. I'm definitely going to go ahead and check out more of her stuff. She's got she goes back a couple years from her debut, so I'm really interested into getting lost in this rabbit hole.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll definitely be checking out her music as well.
So,
worst comes to worst, it's actually stuff that I can listen to while I'm doing something.
Right.
That I won't get tired of. So.
Yeah. So, you ready to move on to the next topic?
Am I ready? I don't know. Well, I guess I'll introduce it.
Yeah, let's go for it.
So, if you guys have been following Idolstan Nation for a while, you know that we've been watching Produce X 101 very closely. It's a bit weird for us because a lot of us are primarily girl group stans.
Yes.
But we've decided to commit and really see if we could get invested with this group. And now episode 11 just came out. And
my goodness.
Boy, was it an episode.
Okay, so let me ask you this. How many times did you cry?
Spoiler alert, by the way. 4?
At
5?
Least. Man, yeah. I know I cried a lot. And
like the entire episode was basically just continuous crying.
Well, so there was that short bit where it's like maybe 10 minutes of like straight up laughing when they're appealing for the center position. I was laughing.
Oh yeah, 10 minutes of wholesome content.
Yeah, and then after that they bring it back to like, oh hey, by the way, just to remind you, we eliminated people in this episode.
Dude, Jinwoo's rank.
So
like, what happened to Jinwoo's rank?
Yeah, because he was ranked.
The ranking reset.
Yeah,
he got destroyed in the ranking reset.
Oh yeah, because he was like ranked what, 8th or 5th?
He was like 8th, and then he gets and then he gets dropped to 22nd.
Yep, he didn't make the.
What happened?
Oh my goodness! And did you like Jin Hyuk's reaction when he realized that he wasn't gonna make it? Oh my god, dude. Like the hurt on his face, the disappointment on his face. I'm just like, oh. Like, we hear them like talk about like, oh yeah, that's my dad or that's my son, and it's like that definitely looked like a father's reaction to seeing his son get cut from a team.
Dude.
So speaking of fatherly reactions, oh my goodness, the host. Don't look.
Oh.
Like he actually teared up a bit as he was trying to console.
He did.
Like, give like a consolation speech to the guys that got cut. Oh, yeah, dude, that got me hard too, man. Like once I saw first I heard his voice starting to tremble. I'm like, yo, is he about to start? Oh my goodness, he's crying.
Dude, so do you also want to talk about how the fact you lost 2 trainees?
Yeah, so Choi Byung-chan, he had to leave the show because the injuries are piling up and he wasn't getting better. Choi Soo-won, he didn't make the cut, and he just, for every single team that he was on, Song Yoo-bin was there, and every single time Song Yoo-bin beat him out to the main vocalist position. I mean, granted, yeah, Yoo-bin's the more stable vocalist, so it's not to say that that he got robbed. It's just he's got to work on that stability. So
Park Sun-ho is also out.
Yeah, man, yeah, like he was well loved too.
He seriously impressed me.
Like
because coming in, I was like, I'm not so sure about this guy.
Like I wanted to cheer for him from the very beginning, and he was very well loved by the other trainees too. Like, you saw how close he was, right, with the guys that, even though they're all younger than him, he didn't really feel out of place with them. And yeah, he had a tough break too. He just never really got any good like screen time. He never had much of a chance to really showcase his talents either. So
also, I do want to address Tony though.
Bro, he came back from the brink because he was like, ranked 27th in the last eliminations, and he just squeaked in at 19.
Dude, I'm sure Aura like would be so happy. Oh, this is all spoilers for Aura. Unlucky.
So, but nothing against Tony because he's really stepped up his game. I mean, these last two performances that we saw from Tony, he definitely looks so much more comfortable and competent on stage. He and you can see that confidence. He's actually got more confidence in himself as he's performing on stage. So, he belongs there. He deserves his position. That's why I feel.
Especially with Tony coming back, because he came back from F rank. He was A ranked and then dropped to F.
Yep.
And the fact that he's came back so far, that's crazy.
Now another thing. No, go ahead.
I mean, you have to think about like Kim Min-gyu, right?
Yep.
Kim Min-gyu started out in X rank.
Yeah, and Hyungjin.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so both of them started out in X rank. Kim Min-gyu in his reevaluation only hit D rank.
Yeah. Yep. Same with Hyungjin.
And I mean, look where he's at now, right?
But we also saw that with previous seasons as well. Kang Hye-won, she moved up to D rank, but she still ended up debuting with IZ*ONE. And so switching over a bit.
And I mean,
your boy Kang Min-hee, he was also on the break too. He was like ranked 22nd. What was it? I can't remember.
Yeah.
But
so actually, I was watching the Elims live. And like I was at work at the time when it went live, but I just pulled away from work for a second. I was like, hang on, I gotta watch this. So I watched the Elims live, and I came in right when they were announcing like 19th to 24th.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's got this. I have full faith in him. And I saw him hit 22nd, and I was like, or not 22nd, sorry. But I saw him like just barely. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I mean, he made it at 14th now. So, whew.
Yeah. He was at brink at one point. He was so close to getting eliminated. I think he was like 4 places off in one elim at one point. Something like that.
Yeah, I'd have to go back to the records. But in the meantime, we have, like, between me, you, and Aura, we have positions 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 8. So we got the top 5 positions, and 6 of our guys are in the top 10 at the moment.
I would technically say I have the 6th position.
You had the 6th position.
I mean, I must still say I have an eye for talent. I just don't have faith in the talent.
I mean, that's part of being a talent scout, is having that faith.
All right. Shh, that's not important. The important part is I picked him. So, for those that don't follow PDX, what we're talking about is Cho Sang-gun. In the beginning, I picked Cho Sang-gun. I decided to trade him out for Son Dong-pyo.
It's not a trade up anymore at this point.
It's not a trade up anymore. I'm losing 6 points because of it. And Cho Sang-gun is currently sitting at 6, but I will say that that's not definite because we have seen people completely drop out of top 10 and even top just even get eliminated off the final elim when they technically should be secure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So out of everybody, I would say your TOP media guys are probably the only ones who are actually like safe, and Kim Yo-han. I think they're like the 3 who are like no kidding safe. Like Min-gyu, I don't think he's safe, even though he's currently 5th. Han Sung-woo, maybe. Same with Hyungjin. So besides like the top 3 positions, I think those guys are safe, but everyone below them, we could see an upset.
Yeah, definitely.
So, going off of the current total votes, the 2 people who are in best position for the X rank, for the final X rank position, is currently Sung Yi-bin and Han Sung-woo. So if Sung-woo does not get picked up in the top 10, then he's got a pretty good chance at making it as an X member.
How close is Dong-pyo? Because Dong-pyo actually currently is not in top 10.
So Dong-pyo, his total votes is not actually that close compared to Song Yubin
no.
and Han Sung-woo. So
No.
if you can't, I gotta pull up the spread. So I think it was like a couple million off even.
So that means if he doesn't make top 10, he's the first center in Produce history to not debut with the group.
Oof. Yeah.
Because he was center for the debut song.
Oh, you know what? I'm actually wrong.
The intro song.
Sun Dong-pyo is actually still in a good position to make the X rank.
Oh,
He's actually
my heart.
He's actually let's see, 70,000 votes ahead of Sungwoo. So they're pretty close. The three of them are pretty close. Yubin, Sungwoo, and Dongpyo. So your boy still got a chance.
But if Dongpyo, it's still not going to be great if Dongpyo has to get in via X rank.
Yeah, but I mean he'd still make it.
He would still make it. That is still making it.
Mm-hmm. So, wow. Oh wow. I missed that too. So Koo Jung-mo actually has the best chance at the moment because he's got over 200,000 votes ahead of Dongpyo.
Wow.
Yeah. So Jung-mo is the one who, all the way up until this last episode, he was in the top 10 every single time up until this last episode where he's now 15th.
That's a big drop.
It's a huge drop. Yep. I mean, well, we did have the voting reset, so he really fell out of favor with the national producers. Well, now, before we start getting too much into like the stats and technical stuff, I think it's a good time for us to start moving on to the quick shots. I mean, if you got anything else you want, any last tidbits you want to tack in?
I do not.
Okay. All right. So, first quick shots. VIXX is Hongbin and Monsta X is Hyung. They had a Pepsi sponsored collab, Cool Love, and unlike the previous Pepsi sponsored collab, Blossom, I actually like this one, and so I'll even say maybe even really liked, not quite loved. I mean, it's definitely got a much more engaging feel to it for me. However, man, so that the Pepsi ad placement, man, I feel like it's even more obnoxious than with Blossom. What do you think?
It's definitely all over the place.
I mean,
everything is Pepsi.
Like the first half, okay, we see them drinking out of the can. Okay, cool. But in the last half of the music video, they're dancing in front of a Pepsi symbol, and we're getting intermittent splashes of cola on the screen. So,
yep.
I feel like that's kind of like what made the difference between I really like it to I love it for me. So, maybe you disagree with me. Go ahead and check it out for yourself. And if you disagree, if you think I'm full of it, by all means, leave a comment. Or if you do agree, then let us know. So, on to you, Nick.
All right. Well, the next quick shot is Ailee's Room Shaker.
So wow,
what a song! What a unexpected song from Ailee.
I liked it. I really liked it, and again, it kind of goes back to nowadays I'm more into the mood of crush your ear type of songs, harder songs from girl groups and soloists that I can say I actually really like the song, and I think if I give it a couple more listens to, I'll probably grow to love it even.
So I really, really like this song.
Tell me about that drop, man.
Oh, that drop! The drop was so I don't think I've ever said this before, but the drop was so satisfying to listen to,
and unexpected.
Definitely unexpected. I don't know if you remember, but remember I was talking about it's becoming a trend to have these unexpected drops in songs.
I mean, we're seeing that come back because it did go out of vogue. Was it 2015, 2016, or maybe further back than that? There. I can't remember. So
that was it was definitely in style back around 4 Minute Hate. type of.
So 2012,
time.
2014. Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah.
And we're seeing that starting to come back. So
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I'm here for it because I really like it, but I just hope it doesn't it doesn't get overdone a little bit.
and I mean, with a title like Room Shaker, come on, man. Like this song is definitely a room shaker. It's
Oh
not even
yeah.
just a room shaker; it's a house shaker. You play this at a house party, for sure.
Oh yeah. And I mean, that's also been a trend lately. Is there's been a lot of songs that you could literally just put on and play at like a club or a house party.
Yeah.
Like Stray Kids, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh my
Side
goodness,
Effects.
Side Effects.
That's literally just a club song, and so yeah, it's crazy, because this is not a song that Ailee has been known to do, right?
Yeah.
She's been known a lot for like Heaven, which was I believe her debut song, and she's been known for these kind of softer, like more power vocal type of songs,
Right.
And this is just 180. Just hang on, I can do other things too.
So a thought crossed my mind too. Because of that drop, I don't know how this ties in or in my head, but I got to thinking like, man, so what if Ailee did another song of this flavor, but did a collab with BB?
Interesting.
Because it's such a contrast, right, between their vocal styles, and I mean, I say a collab, but more like it'll be a featuring of BB, because like really for BB's style of vocals, it probably worked for like maybe no more than 30 seconds total within the song, rather than having it split in half with BB, because it's just too contrasting. So I think it would be a great like a kind of like a short break in the song to have like BB go in. Oh, I think it would be pretty hot, man.
BB could do the bridge.
Yes, perfect. My goodness. So you actually, yeah, you pretty much described what I had in my head.
Yeah.
I think it'd be hot, dude. I mean, because BB's like as a recent debut, she's got some pretty hot stuff, and Ailee, man, with this comeback, it's pretty hot stuff.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So
I mean, there's so many artists you could throw in there that would just amplify the song even further.
yes, because and I was
Somi.
Yep, and also for the next piece too that we're gonna go into. Did you have anything else for Ailee's?
Nope.
So because Haze with We Don't Talk Together, my goodness. Again, like I've been saying recently, we've got, it's pretty hot right now for soloists. Don't you think?
Definitely, yeah. 100% soloists are dominating right now.
And I think that Haze, We Don't Talk Together, and with Ailee's Room Shaker, I think we could see that'll be another, like, just like you said, right? You could there's just so many artists out there you could just like kind of plug into it with Ailee, and it would work. And I think Haze is another one.
Mm-hmm.
And so Haze, I recently discovered her. I heard of her probably late last year, but it wasn't until like her comeback before with She's Fine back in March that she really started to catch my attention. I was like, wow, I think I could get into this. And she definitely has it's like a laid back swag to her vibe, and I'm digging it. And I guess you could say the same with like BB as well, but BB is just more on the laid back side.
BB is borderline minimalist.
Yes, like don't like I don't know, man. It's hard for me to describe with BB sound, but I'm definitely seeing that right now. It's a great time to be getting into soloists, especially female soloists. So Haze, We Don't Talk Together. It's a very chill song, but still got a bit of a harder beat to it to keep things fresh throughout. So go ahead and give that song another check out as well. Okay, you want to bring in the next one?
Next we have Yukika's Cherries Jubiles.
Cherries Jubilees. So she just had her debut not that long ago. I'm trying to upload the date if you want to keep on going.
So with Cherries Jubilees, it was very jazz inspired. There was definitely so Yukika is Japanese, correct?
Yeah, she was actually a anime seiyu. So, and then she got into, was it Real Girls Project? Real Girls Project. I guess that was a TV show with that started a lot of K-pop artists even, and from there she made her debut with Neon in February, and so just like with Neon, Cherry Jubilees also has that 80s style Japanese pop, which is a fusion of jazz, like you said, and a few other elements. It's commonly referred to now as like city pop, from what I'm seeing in the comments. And I definitely, so with Cherry Jubilees, the way it started off, it kind of, I thought it was gonna go with like the more the indie acoustic realm, and then it switches over into the city pop genre after the intro. And I love the music video. It was just so tranquil, I'd say, and I loved all the 80s nostalgia items in there, like from her fashion to the cassette player, just the TV. So yeah, it's definitely keeping up with it, with that theme she established with her debut called Neon. The song itself, I loved it. It's I mean, I love jazz too, so it was definitely a song that I could get into and just relax to.
I will say that before I knew about the change in song style, when it was just the acoustic guitar, I was much more excited for the song. I don't hate jazz or jazz fusions, but I'd much rather listen to an acoustic guitar than a jazz track.
Right, because I mean, jazz just isn't your flavor.
It's just not something I really will go out of my way to listen to.
Yeah, I mean,
and so I was living it up for the intro. I was loving it.
Yeah, I was
like every second of it. I was like, dang, I could like go to bed and like sleep to this.
Yeah, I was also hoping for a acoustic indie style song as well, but again, because I like jazz.
I hope there's going to be an acoustic version.
Ooh, I could see them doing that. Like if they were to release this on a single or an EP. So, but because I just don't know how sustainable it would be for her to continue with the city pop concept.
It's definitely not currently a popular and in-trend concept.
No, I mean, it's definitely like more of a niche. I mean, you can see it in the comments from the music video. Like, there's a lot of people who love it, and it's definitely, I feel like it's definitely a niche. I mean, we've seen other groups dabble into that. I can't name any off the top of my head because there was only 2 comebacks I could think of where they had like a retro 80s theme.
Right.
That was in the realm of like the city pop sound, but again, I don't typically like that.
So, but that also does not mean that it cannot be popular, because I mean, we see groups with unpopular or not currently popular concepts doing very well all the time. I mean, if you look at Momoland, for example,
with the
Electro
Swing, or Electro Swing, yeah.
Electro Swing has not been popular since like 2012, 2013, something like that.
Well, even then, I don't know. It wasn't even like that popular,
and it wasn't even like the dominant concept. It was like a sub concept that people were doing. And so, but Momoland, you know, they're doing well with that concept. So, you know,
their last 3 comebacks, all registered 100 million views.
Oh yeah, I mean,
at least
I'm So Hot is good. I mean, obviously, you know, they're trying to work around,
kind of freshen up,
work around the after effects of releasing Boom Boom, because Boom Boom got a lot of views.
Yeah, it sure did. And it seemed like their follow up with Bam, was it? So. Yeah,
well, the follow up with Bam was it was actually more of an issue than it was a good thing, but yeah. And so I mean, Boom Boom currently is sitting at 364 million views. So it's It was.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a big song. Everyone I knew was listening to it. Bam is sitting at 165, 166.
Yep.
And I'm So Hot is. I mean, that's currently sitting at 40 mil.
Oh, it's still only at 40 mil.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean,
okay.
it was also released
it's still,
3
it's
months
still a lot,
ago versus
though.
a year ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it keeps up this pace, it'll be bigger than Bam.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and move it on. Nature. It's a group that I've been keeping an eye on as well. I really love their previous comeback with You'll Be Mine, and with I'm So Pretty. I loved it, and so they definitely did not disappoint. And with this one, they continued on with having a bit of an EDM infusion there. However, it's not as omnipresent as it was like we saw with You'll Be Mine. And they also even threw in a little bit of Latin jazz, salsa, something along those lines for flavor. And the music video really does well to also like kind of build upon that, because a lot of the color palettes, some of the sets, like when they had those tropical foresty area in the back, or when they were dancing inside of that white room, had a very like Miami Vice feel to it. So, from the song to the music video, I love every bit of it, and it's already over 1 million views. They're starting to gain a bit of steam. So, what do you think of it, Nick?
I thought it was alright. It wasn't like I'm pretty neutral on the song itself. I thought it was okay. I thought it did have a lot of infusions that were really interesting to listen to. The MV is very it's more colorblind friendly than usual MVs, which is really nice to listen to, like watch. There are some issues with it, but like I said, colorblind will never be perfect for everyone. So, but I really appreciated that, like when they're dancing with the trees in the background, stuff like that. It makes it really nice to listen to like look at, and very visually appealing.
Yeah, the fusions too were so like, because with You'll Be Mine, they also had a bit of what's it called, that not blues, funk, like that funk rock funk rock riff in there that was just omnipresent throughout the song. And with this one, again, just another throwback to like songs from like of a genre subgenre like 40 years ago. I find that all very interesting because for me, I do like a lot of various genres of music across various time periods. So like, on top of loving like classical music that goes back hundreds of years, and liking like actual like classic like big swing from like the 40s and the 30s and the 20s, jazz from the 60s. For me, it is very intriguing when I see a lot of these like older genres kind of get infused into modern K-pop. So yeah, if you love a lot of like older historical stuff as well, then I think you might be interested in what nature has to provide.
Well, the next one is Honey Popcorns. De-aesohsta? I'm probably saying that way wrong. Yeah, there we go.
De-aesohsta? You weren't that far off. So this one, I feel like they did it a lot better compared to their debut with was it Bibbidi Bobbidi?
Yeah,
Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. So like, not just their vocal abilities, because like with their debut, they didn't showcase a lot of like let's see, like ranges, like a wide vocal range, and this time they showcased just a little bit more range. They had a bit more clarity. Their delivery was definitely much better, and not only that, their dance, their dance, the way they dance to the choreography is also much cleaner and more accurate, more emphasized. So I guess this could almost be taken as like a backhanded compliment, but this time around they actually look like proper, K-pop idols.
Yeah, they really do. I will say, I can't like pass this
Uh,
anymore because I looked at the comments, and someone in the comments was talking about how
uh-huh.
near the beginning of the video, like around 40 seconds in, they were intending to draw a star, but when they traced her hand, it came out as a pentagram. And I've like watched the music video a few times now, and I just can't look past it anymore. I'm like, oh no.
Great. So great. So I'm gonna go watch it again.
Oh yeah, you'll
check that
see
part
it.
out.
You'll see it. It's gonna be great. But I mean, as far as the music is concerned,
Yeah.
like you said, they really, it felt like a group now. It felt like an idol group. It felt like people who have potential
Yes.
to create music
So
rather than like just like it kind of felt like a garbage fire before. No offense.
yeah, yeah, and so I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. By no means am I saying like that this is like an absolutely fantastic song. Setting the K-pop world on fire, or
No.
whatever. It's not. But um, what really gets me excited is just seeing how much progress they made compared to their debut, and I really uh, hope to see some more
Hmm.
growth out from them. And you know, I'd like to see them achieve like some actual like success,
Oh yeah.
real success.
If they
So
keep growing at
I,
this rate,
you know,
they'll be an insane group in a year.
oh yeah, and especially since they tacked on two more members, I think the two more members help
Hmm.
round out the group more, and I hope one of them can turn into like an actual proper main vocalist. I think they're still working on those skills, but I'm cheering them on. You ready to move on?
Sure.
All right, so you may have been watching this on Mnet, their show called UHSN, where they take various K-pop fans from around the world. Was it like I know you got one from Japan. You may remember her, Chiba Eddie from Produce 48, and
Hmm.
you've also got other members from what was it, Norway, and
Uh, yeah, we've got people from a ton of places. There's one
so
from America. There's one from all over.
yeah, so it's basically what was it, 11 or 12 girls who are from all different countries, and they're I guess I haven't fully seen the premise of the show, but it looks like they got brought to Korea to experience a bit more of the K-pop world, and they recently released a music video called Popsicle.
Yep.
Uh, and so if you've seen our episode with where we talked about Aizwan's Buenos Aires, you're gonna know that I hate autotune, like real bad, like real strong autotune, and it's another reason why I didn't like Everglow's debut with Bon Bon Chocolat.
Yeah.
But Popsicle, it started off with a lot of autotune at first, and not gonna lie, I'm just like, oh my goodness, I think I'm gonna hate this. But that was like for what, the first 45 seconds or so,
Hmm.
and after that it transitioned to basically minimalized autotune, and I just fell in love with it. It's such a fun, fresh vibe to it. So, UHSN is not going to. It's a TV show, right? These girls, it's not a reality survival show. I don't think.
Correct. Yeah.
Where
It is
they're gonna.
one comeback, which is Pops, or one debut, which is Popsicle, and then they're done. So now the group is
Right.
officially is disbanded now.
Well, I don't even think that they're really a group to begin with. I think this is just like a project group, right? Would that be more appropriate to say?
Yeah, I would say it's more of a project group, but a lot of people think this was Mnet testing the waters with see how the community, both internationally and in Korea, would react to a foreign group. Because there's been
Yep.
a lot of talk in the international community about, hey, we want a foreign group.
Right.
Like, this is something that
Like
we really want, and
like
because
a foreign group tailored for foreign markets, but with the K-pop sound
right.
and the K-pop production.
Because
Yeah.
and a lot of other artists, non-Korean artists, have tried to replicate the K-pop sound, and it just doesn't
Right.
work because they don't understand the K-pop sound. And so to really get that K-pop sound, you have to
get a K-pop company to
produce a foreign group. But the problem is that, you know, Korea is very what's the word, xenophobic.
On average, yes, compared to most other countries and this is a problem of many countries that are very homogenous, where majority of like 95% of the population are of the same race. Japan's the same way, and you even see this in like in a lot of Nordic countries as well. So it's and I'm not trying to bash those countries either, because it's really natural. I mean, especially like here in America, right? We have a lot of towns where the populations are very homogenous as well, where it's like could be 95% white, 100% white, or 95% Hispanic, whatever. And people who grew up in those type of environments just aren't going to know any better, really. So, yeah, I think this would be a good trial run for Korea.
I think this was safe for them because two members were already introduced to the Korean market. Even if it was as little as it was. Obviously, we have Eddie, right, who was introduced through Produce 48, but we also have Maria, the U.S. girl, who was a former contestant on I Can See Your Voice 6.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, they had two of the girls that had experience in the Korean market. Even as little as it is, it's still some.
Oh yeah, and we talked about before too, like with the Produce series, it's like a boot camp too, for K-pop idol training, I guess, because it's such an immense amount of training compressed into such a short period of time that they get so much growth. So that's very exciting.
Yeah, and so I mean, I think realistically, UHSN was a trial group in and of itself for the Korean market to see how people reacted. And actually, you know what's funny is a lot of the Korean market was very accepting of this. They're like, cool.
No, that's great, because I mean,
the issue is
because they're getting more and more exposure over the past 10 years.
The issue is international fans were not.
That's sad.
And that's funny because we were, you know, us as international fans, we were the biggest lobbyers for this group. And then actually, if you like looked on the promotions or whatever, most of the hate that they're getting is from international fans. And
but what kind of hate? Is it because of the quality of the song or the quality of the production, the choreography?
90% of it is people saying this isn't K-pop. Remember, it was the same issue with EXP Edition,
Z Girls and Z Boys.
Z Girls, Z Boys, EXP Edition, any of the foreign groups. Because actually, like EXP Edition, for example, the Korean audience loved EXP Edition. The international fans were like, this is not
but
K-pop.
Not the internationals.
And so, you know, a lot of, like, I think a lot right now, a lot of what Mnet is worried about is not actually the Korean market anymore. They're worried about the international market.
Yeah. So I think we should save that for like a discussion piece in a later episode. What do you think?
We can, yeah.
I think that would make for like a lively discussion, debate, or brainstorming, I guess. I mean, you and I, we both kind of talked about this a little bit before too. So, you want to go ahead and bring in the next topic?
With Gaeun, I don't know much about it.
Oh, okay. Well, you already said the name, Yukika. She was a member of After School. She was actually the last member to have been introduced to the group. Mm-hmm. And you may have also remembered her from most recently, Produce 48. She was a contestant. She was not a finalist for Eyes One, which was pretty surprising considering how well she had done from early on in the season. So after that, she had been producing a lot of videos on V Live along with Hyun. And now that her contract's pretty much up, she's going to be departing from Pledis, which I would say escaping the Pledis dungeon would be a better way to say it.
That's definitely the better way to say it.
And as a final send-off, she released a solo music video called Remember You. And yeah, so Nick, you recall that time that you got into IOI?
Yeah. So for those that don't know, I got into IOI 3 days before Downpour came out.
It felt a lot like that for me.
Yeah. Yeah, was it?
Yeah, yeah. But considering how well she had performed with her vocals and the production values for the music video itself, I think she's got what it takes to just make it as a soloist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, again, like right now we've been talking about the soloist market is just hot, and I think there's room for a voice like hers. Yeah, I'm gonna after we get done with this episode, I'm definitely gonna be watching that music video again, along with a lot of the other ones that we just talked about. So, um, you're more well versed into the next topic piece, so why don't you go ahead and bring that one up?
Alright, so the next topic piece we have is JYP closing the acting division. So there was reports of JYP doing that quite a while ago. Well, not like a long while ago. But it was July 2nd. And they commented saying nothing had been confirmed, and that they were basically debating on shutting down. This raised a lot of questions because JYP's acting division has a ton of popular actors and actresses in it, so there's no reason for them to. Well, today, an industry representative reported that the agency officially decided to shut down JYP Actors, which is the obviously is the management division that was established in 2012, and it's apparently reported that JYP Entertainment's vice president Pyo Jong-rok is also the head who is the head of JYP Actors, or was, I guess, is establishing a new agency, NPIO, and they're going to be jointly managed with JYP Entertainment. And some of the actors, because the company shut down, officially all of the actors and actresses' contracts are over. Because that is effectively the company canceling the contract. I guess some of the actors and actresses will move over to MPIO, and others have been in talks with other agencies. So, in that, a lot of what JYP Entertainment, in and of itself, like aside from JYP Actors, what JYP Entertainment has talked about is that nothing's been decided yet, which obviously is just JYP saying we need more time. So. Yep. That's a little bit about what's happening with JYP recently. Big Three's been having issues lately.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's always going to be issues with Big Threes, especially with how hot the market can be at the moment. So, I mean, there's a lot of other companies that are shaking things up. So, now that we're on the subject of JYP, one of JYP's groups, and I think there's very few K-pop fans who don't know about them. Twice. Twice's Mina is not going to be taking part in the next series of road tour performances, and maybe even for the duration of the road tour, due to mental health concerns. At the moment, she's been experiencing a lot of severe anxiety and insecurity towards performing on stage. And for those of you who are fans of Twice, and especially for Mina, this isn't exactly a surprise, because we've seen some of her reactions to times where she didn't perform as well as she thought she did or she should, and even not just for their actual stage performances, but even for when she was on that Idol Star Athletic competition championships, ISAC. She was one of the the rhythmic dancers, or
right. Yep.
I can't remember. Yeah, so she didn't perform as well as she wanted to. I think she even made a mistake, and just her reaction afterwards, she really cried a lot from it.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got that type of personality where she places a lot of pressure on herself, and she's one of my biases from Twice. So, as disappointing as it is to not see her perform on stage at the upcoming concert that a bunch of us will be going to see in a little over a week from now, her health is more important than my disappointment. And really, I'd like for her to get better.
Definitely.
That's definitely the most important thing. So, on behalf of all the other Mina fans out there, please get better. So, on to you, Nick.
Oh,
Bring that last piece.
man, what a last piece. All right, so in other news, girl group SIS, otherwise known as My Ultimate Bias Records, Bias Group Records. This is gonna be hard. They revealed that SIS will now be if you don't know who they are, they're a 6-member girl group under XX Entertainment. They will be promoting as a 4-member group now with Minji, Gaeun, and Sebin from now on. They added that their contract with Jason or Jihoon, as pretty much everyone calls her, recently came to an end. She plans on focusing on her studies for the time being instead of promoting solo. Dal, on the other hand, will be taking a hiatus from her promotions due to personal reasons. And then JMG revealed that they came to the conclusion that the 4 members of SIS, including Minji, Gaeun, and Sebin, have infinite capabilities and skills to continue promoting as a group. Nothing has been decided on regard to the potential recruiting of new members. So there obviously all of this is very vague, and this is very very copy and paste standard for smaller companies, because smaller companies don't need to show the same level of transparency that larger companies do. So, because a lot of this contradicts, right? SIS will be promoting as a 4-member group from now on, but then they say Dal is on hiatus. So does that mean that she's not joining? Does that mean that she's not joining gonna rejoin the group again? And the whole nothing has been decided on the potential recruiting of new members. So, for those that don't know who SIS is, Jihoon, the one that is decided to now focus on her studies, is their leader, and Dal is their main vocal. That is a very, very hard hit for a small group.
Yeah.
Because the other members currently don't have the stability of vocals to carry that main vocal position. So it left a lot of people wondering, what's going to happen, right? They don't, even though they said that they have infinite capabilities and skills to continue promoting as a group, we know that's not true. It's going to be a rough comeback if it is. And so a rumor has been started to circulate about Dal joining the group. And if you guys don't know who Dal is, it is a K-indie group that is also under XX Entertainment. That is their other, that's their only other group. And the reason that we think that Dal is going to join the group is because we currently we don't believe that XX Entertainment, or JMG as they also go by, has any trainees whatsoever. They're not very focused on the idol side of things. They're very focused on like production, entertainment. They're a general entertainment company.
Right.
And so they're not very focused on their idol aspect. And so we don't believe that they have any trainees. Now if they do, they do. But it also makes sense for Dal to join them, because Dal has someone very, very, very capable of leading. Nail is a great leader. And then they also have a main vocal. They have someone who's very, very, very capable of being a main vocal. So both of their vocals are insane.
So they can fill in the gaps.
In a duo group, their vocals have to be strong.
Oh, absolutely. Because you have more focus on. We just look at both 4. So.
Right, but also it's been well known in the K-pop, like in the stan culture and also in the K-pop culture, that 4-member groups are very bad for formations.
Oh yeah, it's the reason why they're so rare.
Yeah, it's so hard to do a formation where you're not overlapping 2 people, or overlapping one person with another. And
that's why I feel like a lot of them. So, and this is just from what I've seen. I don't have any data to back this up. I feel like with 4-piece groups, they tend to be more vocal centric than dance centric.
So then
21 comes to mind with that.
Then the thing becomes, if Dal joins, Dal is a lot older than SIS is. They're not in their 40s or anything, but they're I think they're the youngest is mid-20s.
Oh wow.
Or early 20s at the earliest. And Dal and SIS just isn't there. Sebin is still very, very young. Sebin's the maknae. Sebin is still very young. And so a concept change is required. And the only concept you can move to is a more mature concept, which is fine because Sabin has spoken out about mature concepts before, saying that she really likes mature concepts because she feels like she fits them better. But it's not like ideal for a group coming out of a cute innocent concept. Yeah, Sabin was born in 2001, so it's not ideal for a group just coming out of a pure and innocent concept to move to a much more mature concept like this just out of the blue. So we don't really know what's going to go on, and if that happens, SIS would also have to change name, because SIS has been notably when their Make Star originally went live, SIS was meant to be the younger sister girl group, and the nation's younger sister girl group, or whatever they said. SIS stands for Serendipity and Stars, or whatever. It has no actual meaning to the actual group's concept, but yeah, that was their whole intention, was the younger sister girl group. And moving to a more mature concept, it kind of breaks that.
Yeah.
So then they would have to rebrand SIS, and at that point, is it even really SIS anymore?
So you realize you spent more time talking about SIS than our main topics?
Yeah, it's because, well, no, we spent a lot of time on a few of them. We spent a lot of time on PDX.
Yeah, but let's see, at 10 minutes you spent more time talking about that than our other two topics.
That's because it's a mess.
Yeah.
Welcome to smaller groups, and plus it's my alt GG bias record group. Like.
Yep. So, it's been a hot July so far, and I'm not talking about just the weather. We've had a lot of great releases so far, and for the rest of the month, we still got quite a few awesome releases to look forward to. So, by all means, you can go ahead and leave us a comment for the comebacks that you're looking forward to most. So, let us know.
Thank you for watching. This has been Idlestan Nation. Don't forget to drop a comment, and make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you click that bell if you want to know when we post in the future. And if you want to interact with us, maybe chat with us a little bit, don't forget to join our Discord. That will be in the description below. And yeah, we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.